fans, welcome back everyone, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OSC as we've returned here with the semi-finals or semi-finals of the WardiTV Monday number 63, and we are jumping into our first semi-finals match, our TvP, and spawning in the right-hand corner of White Rabbits we have the Danish Protoss player, we have the blue Protoss representing Starcraft Gaming, it is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran for Team Liquid. It is Clem. Here we go. As we get into our Terran versus Protoss, again, MaxPax and Clem, they have a lot of history with each other. In recent times, I will say that Clem has had the favored edge over MaxPax overall. MaxPax, he has taken some maps, has taken some series. Again, they often go back and forth, where I think an example of this would be Clem would be MaxPax in the WardiTV Monday, and then MaxPax would be Clem in the Monday Night Weekly, and then Clem would be MaxPax in the Pixar Cup. So again, they do go back and forth. Again, as I mentioned, in general, I do lean more towards Clem here, but we often see it back and forth regardless. It's very rare to see like a 3-0 or 4-0 or 2-0. I'm here for some games, so I've been here for the ace match. Gibbs, baby, Gibbs. Let's go. Let us go. So getting into our TvP so far, double gas open out to Clem going for a faster factory, going for a delayed TC, going for a more tech heavy start. Also, welcome to White Rabbits. White Rabbit is one of the larger maps of the map pool. It is very large, longer rush distance by ground, but the bases are spread out. I will say that the bases are relatively spread out, so depending on how our players do expand, it can be more difficult to rotate in between the bases. I say depending because we have seen a lot of Terran players actually go for the center base and go for your natural center and then the base behind as a more secure fourth. So we have kind of seen, or so I should say, expanding forward with their fourth base instead. So we have seen a different kind of layout, I should say, for how we expand in TvP. We'll see if we can get there. We'll see if we can get there. So opening up. With our initial double gas opener, this can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion, can lead into a committed mine drop, early Cyclones, early Banshee play. We'll see where this leads. Just catching up in the chat. Rumors is out. Don't get baited, Dobby. Don't get baited. No. Did you see some comments about Cyril? Of course, Cyril, he does not play in open cups. He does play in online tournaments, so when it comes to like major invitationals, we have seen Cyril compete, even with offline events as well. For example, we saw Cyril compete in Masters of the Game, where he had an amazing finals against Clem. True. Did have a very fun finals. I do recommend tuning into the VODs if you missed out on that event. That was over in France. Of course, we have Home Story Cup around the corner as well. That's going to be in January, I believe. Oh, as MaxPax does commit to the proxy. Okay. Gateway is going to be thrown down. Throws down the proxy. With this, he can reinforce across the map. How many gateways does he have? So far, he has 2 at home, 1 across, and he may even go for a 4th gateway as well. We'll see how hard MaxPax commits into this. As Clem, he doesn't commit into Reactor Reaper Hellion. He's going for the early Cyclone drop. So still early aggression. The Medevac and Cyclone are on the way. Meanwhile, yep, Twilight Council back at home. So this may lead into another gateway into 4-gate blink. So hyper aggression out of MaxPax. And Clem is pushing because we're not just going for the Cyclone, we have an early tank follow-up as well. Oh boy. Ooh, Adept gets in. That should not have happened. Shades into the main base. Is going to be cleaned up. Does at least get eyes on the Cyclone. So now is aware of where the tech lab is. He knows the tech lab is on the factory. Tank is on the way. Here come MaxPax's reinforcements. Here comes his main push. Oh, he's moving in. Does move in. Hits the natural. SCVs will go down. Meanwhile, Clem does catch a Stalker. It's not bad. Gets one. Oh, nice juggling. And with his reinforcements, he should be able to pick up all these Stalkers. Yeah, massive loss here for MaxPax. He does get 4 SCVs, but he will lose, what, 6 Stalkers? Jesus. He wants the Cyclone. No, he gets it. Cyclone does go down, but again, that was 4 Stalkers falling. So a bit of a back and forth trade, bearing in mind that MaxPax, he delayed his third. His third base is late in favor of the Stalker aggression, and the Stalker aggression wasn't worth it. Remember, Robo is delayed, third base is delayed, Forge is delayed, gases are later as well. MaxPax, he was so committed, and it just has not been worth it. It's not been worth it here. We have more gateways being turned down, the Robo as well. MaxPax still stuck on 2 bases. He attempts to expand. Nice damage here by Clem. He will get 2 SCVs. Sorry, 2 probes. 3 probes going down. Getting up to 4. Nice damage here by Clem. Again, this should not have happened. So 4 probe kills, gets a scout as well. Confirms that MaxPax is looking to expand. And we're still going to be taking up on 2 bases here, working towards Storm. So very heavy 2 base play at MaxPax. Very late third base. So coming in towards the mid game, I have to favor Clem. As the Warpin will complete. Uh-oh. Warpin does finish. Tanks are exposed. MaxPax coming in from behind. He's going for the tanks, and he will get them. Yeah, gets 1, gets 2. Please add a little Stalkers in the process. But nice pickoffs. Losing those 2 tanks, Clem is going to be stuck at home. Ideally, he would have loved to have pushed on 2 bases, but now that third CC. Third CC is on the way, forced into a longer game. So we're building up. We're building up. We're now entering the mid game. As I mentioned before, coming into the mid game, I do favor Clem. Clem has the better economy. MaxPax, he will have a faster Storm. That is true, but is that going to come into play? That is the real question here. If Clem was going for a 2 base ult and if it was being more aggressive, then we could see this actually be impactful. Otherwise, the pressure is going to be on MaxPax to actually find damage and slow down the third. So pressure is on the Protoss. As the Liberator got 3 probes in the main. Yo, we're setting for the Storm drop. Storm is almost done. Waiting for the Prism, so the drop is moving out. Clem is committing quite hard here. Committing to his drop, but the Observer just now arrives. Remember, it was a late Robo, late Observer, late Vision, late Scouting. MaxPax does load up a High Templar, but he completely missed the move out. He missed the Doom drop. Speaking of, just now spots it. Yeah, just now. Clem sims in, gets a Templar, gets 1. Templar goes down, Stalkers get picked off. We do have 2 defensive Storms. Oh, but he snipes both. Yeah, he gets both High Templar. No, oh god, no! The Marines, they barely go down. But there we go, both Templar fall, and Clem is getting a hand. He's getting out of hand, getting out of control. MaxPax is racing back home to defend. Brutal mine shots. Base is under fire. And this is critical damage. There's already critical damage here, and MaxPax cannot keep up. We have more reinforcements coming in. MaxPax has no High Templar, no Storm, no nothing. Every Stalker falls. Instead, he commits to the counterattack. He's going for the mineral line. Going in, but GG gets called, and Clem, he takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very rough start there for MaxPax. Winding it back. Remember, MaxPax, he went for the proxy. Went for the proxy gateway. He was hyper committed here to early game aggression, and he failed to get damage done. If you remember, what did he get? 4 SCVs. He killed 4 SCVs, and he lost 4 Stalkers in the process. Not just that, late gases, late tech, a late third base. He delayed everything for the proxy, and it was not worth it. Was not worth it. In the end, Clem was able to keep up and shut down the aggression, and MaxPax fell behind. Fell behind from there, and from there, we're getting into game 2. Loading into game 2 here, and we'll see if MaxPax can fight back and bring us to the ace match. Give us that back and forth. So loading into 10,000 feet. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have our Blue Protoss. Our Blue Protoss player from the land of Denmark, representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player, the red Terran himself from the land of France, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Here we go. So our players are settling in. And again, MaxPax just gambled very hard in the last game and it was not worth it. Now we're loading into one of the more aggressive maps of the map. Well, welcome to 10,000 feet. A very aggressive map, shortest rush distance by ground. So move outs are more aggressive. In general, you can be more assertive here. We do have more exposed bases in the center and on the fringe edges of the map as well. As Clem comes in for the eBay block, but MaxPax is in position to scout. So nice movement here by MaxPax. He will deny the eBay block. So here we go, the boys are being pulled and the eBay will be cancelled. For those that are curious, if this probe wasn't on the low ground, this eBay would have had much more progression, would have gotten up to past the halfway mark, and then MaxPax would be forced to expand at the third. And then suddenly he's going to be in a brutal position where the Terran player can abuse the Protoss as the Protoss tries to defend in two locations at once, at the linear third and in their main base, where they're just spread thin. So MaxPax does avoid that situation by scouting first and expanding. So he can freely take his natural. He handles the eBay block nicely. Does handle it well. And now we continue. From here, Clem is going for the CC on the high ground. So Rax expand, economic opener here by Clem, or economic follow-up. It is delayed because of the failed eBay block. So slightly better start here for MaxPax. As we settle in. So players are building up. This time MaxPax won't commit into a proxy. Not this time. Proxy, no shenanigans. Coming into a map like 10,000 feet, I would say it is very risky to go for a Stargate opener, for example. We do see Stargate play mixed in, but this time at Twilight Council out of MaxPax. Makes more sense. We should be seeing just a very safe play here. So 3-gate blink into a robo into a third base is what we expect. It is MaxPax, so he might go for 4-gate blink stalker instead. There is a potential for MaxPax to try to be more aggressive. The problem though is that I don't really like 4-gate blink on this map. Why is that? Because of the terrain. Trying to blink into the main base means you have to come in from the third, but you can see that rotating from this position to the natural is very difficult. Just because of the terrain itself, you have to go the long way around. Typically the strength of blink aggression on maps is the ability to go from the main base, go down, rotate, hit the natural, back around, and have the Terran player have a hard time keep up with the stalker rotations. Here, stalker rotations are difficult, they're brutal to try to get into, so Clem should be feeling safe, should even be feeling free to cut corners. So he takes his natural. Now I believe that is the third gate. Second, yeah, so 2-gate opener so far, 2 gateways. There's the robo on 2 bases as well, so already a faster robo compared to last game. Means earlier observer, earlier scouting, earlier immortal if need be. So much safer out of MaxPax. MaxPax, he does not spot the drop. Definitely be zoned away. Behind this, Clem going into Cloak Banshee. And that is 2 extra gateways. Okay, bold move out of MaxPax. Bold move. He's going 4-gate. So 4-gate blink stalker, late third base out of MaxPax. And meanwhile, Clem, he does scout 2 gateways on low ground. He's aware of at least 1 in the main. And he scouts another. He sees everything. He sees all 4 gateways. Ay, ay, ay. Massive scout for Clem. Oh! Widowmine does zone away. Doesn't want to waste the shot. Oh, doesn't waste it. Yeah, barely not. 5 probes go down. Denied mining in the main base. His drop is getting out of hand. It's getting very out of hand already. Blink is now done. Nice blink. Nice avoid. MaxPax cleans up, but again, this killed 6 probes, denied mining, and more importantly, scouted every single gateway. So Clem, he knows. He knows what's coming. He's aware of the 4-gate. can see here setting up his tank in the main base, a bunker on the low ground. I wouldn't be opposed to a second bunker, checking for the third. And as MaxPax moves out, Clem can move in. And remember, MaxPax, he did not scout the main base, did not check for the tech. Is unaware of the Cloak Banshee. Banshee moves in, probes are going down, MaxPax is out of position, he's across the map, he wants to be aggressive and he's being punished. Oh no. Yeah, MaxPax just getting bullied here. That's gonna be another 5 dead workers. Can we get 6? Oh god. Can we get 7? So 6 probe kills, Banshee is gonna be shut down. But remember, what's important isn't the damage. What's important is the damage. On top of that, was MaxPax forced to race back home. Remember, MaxPax wanted to be aggressive. He went 4-gate blink. MaxPax's third base is so heavily delayed. Yeah, such a late third for MaxPax. This needs to get more damage done. Oof. Yeah, he needs more damage. He got some SCV kills. So far, it's not worth it. MaxPax is falling behind. And from here, Clem is looking very stable. He's looking very secure here. He's got his 3 tanks, turrets on the way, bunker is standing, of course, and he's just waiting for his upgrades. Once Stim and Combat Shields finishes, then Clem can start to move out. And remember, we're on 10,000 feet. The rush distance by ground is short, so the move out takes even less time to get across the map. Stalkers, they poke in. Getting in the CV. So in the chat, is this a best of 2? As you can see on the screen, it does say best of 3 in between MaxPax and Clem's name. On the bottom left hand corner of the map next to the minimap, it does say the best of. So best of 3. Best of 2s don't really exist in online cups. Best of 2s, they are prevalent in certain formats, like in certain Swiss group stages, or otherwise in WTL. But best of 2s are not seen when it comes to online open cups. That wouldn't really make much sense. So that kind of format is reserved for like a group stage, like a round robin group stage, or team league format. Just as a heads up. As Clem, he commits. Again, he's got his upgrades. At the same time, MaxPax does go for the backstab. But there are reinforcements. Clem, he's ready. He's ready back at home. He will defend, but he turns everything around. Oh, God. A bit of an overreaction. As Clem turns everything around. Oh. Pulls him to the ramp. Oh, the prism goes down to the winner. Oh, no shot. The prism goes down. And now there's nothing to keep him home. Yeah, prism went down to the winner mines. Clem, now he can commit. I can rally across, and it's going to be a tough hold here for MaxPax. Now he's going for the counterattack. He needs to try to force Clem to stay at home. That's the goal here. That's the purpose. He needs the Terran to turn around. So the Zults are on the way. Clem is moving in. At this point, Clem is too far in to turn around. So these Zults, they can find some damage here. Let me stims in. And tries to push forward. Tanks are moving forward as well. They're sieging within range of the base. A focus fire on the Immortal. And Clem, he should not be stopped here. Yeah, he cannot be stopped. Clem is going to break on through. He'll overwhelm the Zealots. They don't get much done across the map. GG gets called, and Clem will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations, Clem. He will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. My condolences to MaxPax. Again, MaxPax, he was hyper aggressive this series, winning it back. Game 1, MaxPax, he went for a proxy gateway. He went for, I think that was a proxy third, if not fourth gateway, but he went for a proxy. MaxPax, he delayed his robo, he delayed his third base, he delayed his gases, he delayed everything in favor of hyper aggression in Game 1, which did fall on its face. It did fail, of course. Clem, he was able to shut it down, able to counterattack as well, and outscale MaxPax coming into the mid game, as Clem was in a better economic position. Coming in Game 2, it was very similar. No proxy this time, but MaxPax, he went 4-gate blink. He went 4-gate blink, but we saw in the lead up to 4-gate blink, he lost 6 probes to the drop. Remember, Clem, he went for a marine drop and a winter mine into the main base. He killed 6 probes, he denied mining, and he scouted every gateway. He saw and confirmed the 4-gate blink, so that let him know to get ready back at home. So his tanks were set up, his bunker was set up, he was prepared. On top of that, the push was delayed because of the drop, and then delayed even further because of the Banshee harass as well. The Banshee got in, which MaxPax failed to scout as well. MaxPax, he did not go sentry, there was no hallucination, the observer didn't get into the main base, so there was 0 scouting in the main base. Clem followed up marine drop into cloak Banshee, 0 scouting. Banshees got even more damage and bought even more time. With that, that was game. That was game then and there, because MaxPax had to once again delayed his own economy to be aggressive, but the aggression was late. The aggression was delayed, didn't actually really hit even, and GG. GG, well played. With that, Clem, he'll take the series, and with that, Clem is waiting in the grand finals, waiting for his next opponent. Up next, we're going to be loading into our next semifinals match. It's going to be a ZVZ between Solar and Rainer.